Check, 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 check. Hello, hello. Let me turn that down a little bit more. That might not be what I want to run with, actually. I'm looking for some copyright-free trap music. What's up, everybody? Dizzy, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, here we go. This could be good. Looking for a little background music. That'll have to do. All right, guys. How we doing? Welcome to another EP live stream. Good to have you. I figured we'd look at some news today. I think there's a new 007 trailer out that I'll probably do a reaction to here live. We'll watch it together. We'll see what else we got going on. How's everybody been? If you're doing anything exciting today, or if you have done anything exciting, let me know. I always love to hear what's going on with you guys. Mind's Eye Company sabotage mission arrives in the wake of a lawsuit. Really? Okay. So I didn't know Mind's Eye was still dropping DLC. It's kind of crazy, actually. Whenever you consider how bad that game performed. What else we got? Oh, Marathon was one of the best-selling games in March of 2026. Okay, I want to read that a little bit more. Oh, this synchronized Fighter Z moment. We're definitely gonna look at that one. I saw this on Instagram, but I want to have an actual reaction to it. What do we got? That looks like about CEO says idea of a mobile store is not dead. What's that? Mobile store. Tariff refunds. Oh, I gotta read that. Okay, so I got some news lined up. I typically use insidergaming.com for my gaming news. I don't know. Their site's clean. They tend to post. I haven't been using them for a super long time, so if there's some massive issue, I don't know about it. But they tend to post relatively un-ish biased news, just straight to the point, what's going on, what the news is. Monkey Man, what's up, Evan? How's the Sly Cooper coming along? It's coming. So I've beaten the game. All bottles collected. I didn't do the time trials, but I'm not planning to do the time trials. For the Sly Cooper series, it's going to be less. It's not going to be like how I do like Jack and Daxter and how I do like the Bond and stuff. It's going to be a little bit more stream of consciousness, a little bit more like I'm going to write an outline and then I'm just going to kind of talk, and it's going to be a little bit of a mix of my typical like analysis and information video, but with more of just my off-the-cuff opinions and personality. And there's a couple of reasons for this. Let me actually move this. There's a couple of reasons for this. A major one being, well, first off, it just takes a really long time to write these scripts. So scripted videos aren't going anywhere, but the focus of scripted videos is going to be a little different. Certain games are going to get scripted videos. Certain games are going to get off-the-cuff videos, depending on how big or depthy the game is. So everything or nothing. I'm doing a video on that. I'm actually editing the video. So the script's done. I've already recorded the voice. That full script. But with Sly Cooper, the reason I'm going to be doing those games more of like off-the-cuff outline is because as AI content, well, first off, it's just easier. It's less time-consuming. It's a little bit more natural, a little bit more conversational. But also the AI content that's saturating every platform now, it's almost ruining scripted videos. There have been many times where I've clicked on like a video essay that was interesting me, and I've been able to tell within like 30 seconds to a minute that AI either wrote or helped write the script, which, that's not the biggest deal in the world to me if I can tell that they just kind of used AI to refine or spell check or maybe do some research. But if I can tell that they just like let the AI write the paragraphs for them, I click off. And that's becoming more and more common. And I've been doing a lot of research into this, like kind of learning what kind of phrases the AI uses. It's actually made me paranoid. I was joking with your favorite son, I think last week or maybe the week before, but I think it was maybe the week before, because I wrote a line in that video for Black, that I realized I had written it, but it just naturally had a similar flow to an AI video, because what they do is the AI writes in the style where it frequently says, this isn't this, it's this. So this phone isn't just red, it's crimson. You know, I don't know. I know that kind of vernacular and pacing isn't unpopular in video essays. So you see that kind of language a lot. But AI does it so much that I'm paranoid to even say that. So I think I just naturally had written something like that in my script for Black. And I just erased it and reworded it entirely. And I sent it to him. I was like, dude, I can't even write my scripts because I don't want somebody to hear it and be like, oh, he used AI for this, because you can't fucking tell half the time. So all of that is the long way around to say, I'm doing off-the-cuff stuff for Sly Cooper because it's going to be completely natural. It's going to be all me, no AI involved, you know? And I think having that style of content on my channel, I think is going to age it better. Because I think in 3 years, people are not going to be going to channels for scripted content anymore. I really don't think that's going to... I think the channels that are writing these depthy scripts are going to get dominated by channels that are just talking like people. And so I'm going to slowly migrate my channel to that. And then on my second channel, which I can't decide what I want the fucking name to be. I went on a pretty good month-long run of uploading content like every other day on my second channel. But now I'm a little hesitant because on the screen it says Evan Prince Plus. I'm a little hesitant to call it that because that sounds like it's not... You know, I want that to be as primary of a channel as this one. So I'm deciding if I want to keep it called Evan Prince Plus or change it again. But basically, that is going to be just talk videos, commentary videos, exactly like this. I'm going to get a new camera soon and some lighting, and I'm going to really go muffled LMAO in the distance. What's up, Anil? Bro, I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. But I'm going to be leaning way harder into talk content. Does this mean we're not getting your review videos anymore, Evan? No, you are. You're definitely getting my review videos. But they're probably just going to slowly become less frequent, and then I'm going to be putting out more commentary content, more like reaction content, just stuff that's more human. Yeah, like Dizzy said, if you can tell it's AI, you want the human touch. So the review videos are... I'm definitely finishing the Quake series. I've already started on the outline for the script on Quake 3, and like I said, the script for Everything or Nothing is done. That one's going to be about as long as Nightfire was. So we're still doing review videos, but actually the review videos the retrospective stuff, it's going to become more stream of consciousness, less scripted. And on my second channel, I'm going to be trying to do like either daily or every other day, just commentary on game news and stuff like that, reactions. You just upload a lot of gameplay. Yeah, that's also... That's a good way to go about it. Evan Princess, bro, I am bald. I'm not a woman with cancer. I'm a full-grown man. That's good. Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about some news. Let's start with this. Hang on, we got a question here. Fuck, I can't read it from... Oh, maybe I can do this. Is the KOTOR retrospective dead like the remake? It's funny you said that. Somebody was asking me about that this morning on Discord. Not dead, but definitely on the shelf. I don't have the time to do it the way I would want to do it. So there's a possibility that down the line, I will just section off like 2 months. I'll like make content ahead of time and just section off 2 months and just hammer out the KOTOR retrospective, but it's not dead. And I think the remake is in active development, but it is on the shelf. All right, let's take a look at some news. Let's look at this. Nintendo is being sued over tariff refunds. What the fuck? Class action lawsuit has been... Class action against Nintendo over pending tariff refunds to the company. unless restrained by this court, Nintendo stands to recover the same tariff payments twice, once from consumers through higher prices, and again from the federal government through tariff refunds, including interest paid by the government. Oh, wow. So they're kind of getting pushback because they were raising their prices? Another way you could do it is release in multiple parts. I thought about doing that. That was a plan that I had. I was going to do each planet as a part and just upload it on Patreon. But we'll see. That's why I say it's on hiatus, because I still want to do it. Does this mean I owe Nintendo money? No. I think what this is, I think Nintendo raised their prices and used tariffs as an excuse, and the federal government is also issuing them a refund on tariffs. So it's like they're double dipping. The tariffs were found to be unconstitutional. The United States began a process of refunding the money gained from companies. Damn. I don't keep up to date on stuff like this. You don't want my taxes going to Nintendo? Yeah. Well, it would have been the opposite if the tariffs had remained in place. I don't know, which I might catch flack for this, but I was kind of in favor of the tariffs. We received... Damn. So it looks like the federal government's now suing Nintendo in return after Nintendo sued the US over tariffs. But yeah, I feel so bad for Nintendo, the giant mega corporation who fucking hates fans and shuts down fan projects. Oh no, you almost had to pay a little bit more money? Fuck off. Poor Nintendo. That's my take on that. They should not refund the money. Well, if the tariffs were found to be unconstitutional, then then you have to. It's just blatant theft otherwise. Dead as Disco demo is pretty good. I don't know what that is. Is that a game? Is that an indie game? I'm gonna try to start playing indie games on the second channel too. So, all right, let's look at this one. Marathon was one of the best-selling games in March 2026. All right, so just from this title, I don't know if that's to say that your game was one of the best-selling games of the month it released. Is that good enough? Like, I don't, is that a flex? Maybe it is. I'm not a developer. Ancient Lizard Brain, why would you want such a thing? Indie game, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm going to start trying to play indie game stuff for the second channel. Marathon was one of the best-selling video games in March 2025 in the United States. Released best-selling games of the month. Okay. Wait, what? Hang on. This list... Oh, I read it wrong. Marathon was one of the best-selling games in March. It was behind WWE 2K26. It was behind Resident Evil Requiem, and it was behind MLB The Show. It's not even top 3. Why is this article here? Is this just like a Marathon apologetics? Like, oh, see, Marathon is still popular. Well, just because there's nothing else out. Look. All of the other competition are games that have been out for like 6 months to a year. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is number 6 and it came out in November. This is not a fucking... This is a stupid article. I thought it was the best-selling game of March. Evan Prince Presents. That's for Starcasters. You've been playing Disco Elysium? I need to play that one too. See you early today. What's up, Tim? Actually... I'm gonna start trying to stream at this time every day. I want to stream around from like 12 to 1 and just do daily streams. Michael, welcome to the stream, brother. Good to see you. Indifferent, apathetic towards most games nowadays. I feel numb. Library had Silent Hill F, so I've been playing that. Is that good? I have not heard very many good things about the writing in that game, but I haven't played it for myself, so I don't know. Evan Prince Presents, why the fuck is this article here about Marathon being one of the best selling? What's the point of this? Slow news day? Oops, wrong thing. All right, let's swap over to a different piece of news. This one isn't even news. I just thought it was really cool, and whenever I saw there was an article on it, I wanted to watch it. Have you guys seen this? It's Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z moment goes viral. So Well, with your change of schedule, I have good news and bad news. Is the bad news that you're not going to be able to participate in streams as much? Because I still want to do I want to stream on Saturdays or Sundays. I'm still figuring that out. And it'll be like more a deeper afternoon stream. It'll probably be Sundays. Maybe I don't know. I'm figuring it out. Just reinstalled the most underrated Assassin's Creed game, which I like. It's pretty cool. Assassin's Creed Rogue. I don't think Assassin's Creed Rogue is underrated. I think it's just underknown, underplayed. Because I've never seen anyone say anything but positive stuff. I think the original Assassin's Creed is probably the most underrated. Because too many people just knock that game when it's actually fire. Xbox Game Pass price dropped. COD also dropped. From Ultimate, okay. I saw the price drop. I thought that was pretty cool, and that's probably as a response to the tariffs, I imagine. All of these, don't be fooled by this, by the way. All of these companies are so anti-tariff because it was going to take money from them, and so these price drops are just trying to affirm to the citizens of the U.S. like, no, this is a good thing. See, we don't actually want to be charging this much. We had to. It's not true. They messed with the price hike. Yeah, they did. Good news is you get a new job. Bad news is regular hours, so you won't be awake when I stream. I might catch you if you stream Friday or Saturday nights your time. Damn, Michael. You're like one of my favorite people to have in chat, so I'm obviously going to have to figure out one day just to do kind of a night stream or something, just to hang out with my other peeps, because time zones are a bitch, I know. So we're gonna have to. I need to be hitting both time zones, so maybe I'll try to figure out one day a week where I do an evening stream. That'll probably be like a gaming stream, because these afternoon streams are going to be specifically for just chatting, hanging out, and I'm gonna be trying to do them on every platform. Be talking to myself on some of the other ones where I have no following. Dropped by $7. Damn, that's not enough. That's silly. Let's watch this moment. I think you guys will think this is pretty cool. I thought this was really cool too. I saw someone. Fuck, why is it quality shit? Alright, we'll just watch it here. Also, yeah, congrats on the new job. What is the job? What do you do? I saw somebody break down how this happens, and it's because apparently Fighter Z is played kind of like a game of chess. And so you have openers, you have like set openers, and they both just played the same opener and then the same follow-up or something. Apparently, like, it's not as shocking as it seems if you actually understand like how fighting games work, which I don't. I'd pick all this up from a comment, but I should review Nintendo games. The Switch 2 sold like crazy last month, and the future's bright for Nintendo. I've thought about it because I'm so foreign to Nintendo. I've played so few Nintendo games in my life. I've always been on like the other field of video games. Nintendo was not it for me, ever. It never has. I've played maybe an hour and a half cumulative of Zelda. Because I played an hour of Ocarina, and then I think I played like 30 minutes of an old NES Zelda game. I put a few hours into Mario 64. I put a few hours into Smash Brothers Brawl. I don't think I've ever played Melee. And I put a few hours into Smash Brothers N64. That might be it. I'm sure there's some like not typical Nintendo title that I've probably played, but they're not my strong suit. So I've often thought, oh, and I played like 2.5 hours of Metroid Prime and maybe some Metroid Fusion as a child, but I've often thought to myself that Nintendo games would be good for me to cover. I really want to do a video on Star Fox, just a whole series. I think it would be cool to just play every Star Fox game and then just do like an hour video talking about all of them as someone who only knows about them but has never played them. Anime fighting game does anime fighting game thing. I will not lie, it looked cool. It did look cool. Going to be a challenge. Office admin style work, but if accounts receivable, but already making 10% more than the old job with potential for another 20. Oh, let's go, dude. That's so sick. Congrats, man. I love that. Fighter Z is one of the best fighting games. You suck at them, but you love that game. I'm so bad at fighting games, dude. GameCube. I've never owned a GameCube in my life. I don't think I've ever played a GameCube either. like at a friend's house or anything. I'm really struggling to think of any time where I've ever played a GameCube. I'm not sure. I know I've seen one turned on because I have this one memory burned into my brain of being in like a department thrift store and seeing the owner's kid in the back room playing GameCube. I oddly enough, I think he was playing Star Fox, but that's the only time I think I've ever seen a GameCube on in person. It's always been PlayStation or Xbox. The Metroid games, all of them are right up your alley. You would especially love the Prime games. I played a couple of hours of Metroid Prime 2, and I did really, really like it, yeah. I would like to do Metroid stuff, but my only hesitation is there's already quite a bit of Metroid content on the channel. So I don't know how that can mean one of two things. It could mean that there's a thriving fan base that's hungry for content for Metroid. It can also mean that it's oversaturated, because like Final Fantasy's in that realm. Like if I do a video on like one of the Final Fantasy games, I don't think it'll do very well because Final Fantasy's it's oversaturated. If you get the job here, you're going to get a work visa and it'll last you about 6 months. Oh, very cool. Where is here? Obviously not your, don't dox yourself, but like what country? Job market is cooked. Not only, oh yeah, dude. I've never seen you in my chat before, but you are correct. The job market is fried, bro. People are getting fired en masse. I just read this article uncovering that half the job listings on job websites, like Indeed, are fake. I actually read somewhere that there's this whole conspiracy. Hey, dear. Hello, lovely. You want to show the camera? It's right here. My girlfriend just walked in with a big container of, what are these? Clovers that she picked.
And only one red one was out there. A Cali.
That's nice. No, you're all right.
That's it. Can we close this?
No, you leave it open. But yeah, that was a whole conspiracy that's been uncovered, is that companies are listing a huge amount of fake job applications to make it look to their shareholders like they're hiring and to mask the amount of jobs people are losing to AI. Applicants for the job, and you got not including yours. Damn, that's a lot of applicants. Well, congrats, man. That's huge. Let me move over to... Hang on. Oh, right. Let's do this. All the money, and they only want to pay for us. They don't even want to pay for a skeleton crew. Impressive Clover finding. Sweet that she wanted to show. Yes, it is. She's a sweetheart. I don't know where she is. She went somewhere. She's lovely. Oh, right, the 007. We were going to watch the new trailer. Yeah, let's do this one. I listened to the new theme song that they debuted, the title theme. I thought it was really very fitting. I thought it was done well. It's not my favorite, but I think it's good. It's good. It's not. I didn't see anything I disliked about it when I listened to it. Gadgets, improvise. All right, let's go check this out, guys. Let's do a live reaction to the new 007 First Light trailer. And this is something I can probably throw on my second channel. All right, so here we go. 007 First Light Rules of Spy Crime.
Welcome to MI6. To succeed in the 00 program,
I love that he has
must
the scar.
Understand a set of rules that will grant them all possible chances to survive. So, take a deep breath, listen up, and you may learn how to get the job done and return to HQ in one piece.
I hope they don't show too much.
The first rule is to know how to blend in. Keeping a low profile while navigating a crowd will help you find different paths to your objective.
Ken Banks, penetration tester.
Pay attention to the surroundings, eavesdrop on conversation, and talk your way in with the help of unexpected allies.
Relax, fellas. He's with me.
Once trespassing, slip past your opponents unnoticed, or use takedowns to silently get rid of them.
I'm loving everything.
When confronting a whole group of enemies, you may choose a gentler approach.
And hut! Rob Minkley, Krugs Magazine.
Bluffing is an art that will serve you well, whether getting caught red-handed
Over here! Looks like a trust fall gone wrong.
That's
Or
such a
to simply
classic
pass
Bond
through a
thing to
room
do.
under enemies' noses.
Oi, you lad got a faulty coffee machine?
Bluffing consumes instinct and won't be available if a more experienced enemy is nearby. In this scenario, you won't get far without the appropriate gear. Therefore, the second rule is to always come prepared.
Well, what are we waiting for?
MI6 will keep its doors open for you between missions, giving you the chance to catch up with familiar faces, gather intel, and prepare for your next move.
So, your name is Moneypenny.
Now let's not get carried away, James.
QLab, on the lower level, will give you access to a wide
great
range
design
of
for
gadgets.
QLab.
I like it. Don't change a thing.
Each tool is designed to go unnoticed on the field, but
Fidelity
help
is
with maximum
crazy.
efficiency.
Right, follow me. I have something for you.
The Q-Lens will highlight useful information about opportunities and hackable devices. Your Q-Watch should be able to activate these to divert attention, deactivate cameras, or get rid of unsuspicious enemies in creative ways. The dot phone can
looks
quietly
so
move
good.
enemies out of the way. The Smoke Pod, a timeless classic, will block visibility at short range. The modified
got all the
earbuds will
bells and
produce a
whistles,
flash
man.
of lights to stun opponents. Other gadgets will be developed in due time and will help you stay creative in all circumstances.
Who do you work for? Take the shot!
Knowing how to improvise is a matter of life and death in the midst of action. Any
Look at
object
that
at disposal
animation
could prove
fluidity,
useful
man.
to put an enemy's ideas back in their place. The same could be said of guardrails, electrical panels, or any surface hard enough to act as a weapon.
Oh, dude.
Under heated circumstances,
That's
MI6
gonna make
grants
melee
you a
encounters
license
so
to kill,
satisfying.
allowing for even more possibilities to get rid of hostiles. In these situations, any weapon could be used as long as you manage to obtain it. Switch between different playstyles
did you
to
see?
catch
That
your
was slick.
attackers off guard.
That
And
was
don't forget to return what you borrowed once out of ammo. Some enemies will be harder to defeat, and
the
gadgets will
enemy
help
design
you
is
get
great.
rid of soldiers'
I wonder if they're gonna
armors,
introduce
stun tenacious
Spectre,
leaders, and defuse grenades with the
or if
simple
they're gonna
press
like
of a button
probably
from
tease
your
that for a
watch.
second.
Focus training will also give you an edge over your enemies. Dilate time and incapacitate their legs, or disarm them with the precision of a marksman. All of these
really
skills might be
They're-
trained between
they're
missions in
physically
Taxin, the department
reacting
of Dr.
where
Selena
they're
Tam.
hit.
Welcome to my dream factory.
Taxim will put your skills to the test through multiple types of challenges, each with its own specific rules that will pitch your performance against those of other agents from around the world. Overcoming challenges will earn you experience points, which you can spend on gadget upgrades, new firearms, and unique outfits to defeat enemies in style.
Oh, that's cool.
And
I
remember,
always
at
love
IO
when they can,
Interactive,
when they
the
let
launch
you
of a
do
game is only the start.
outfit customization
New
like that.
content for Taxim will be created over time.
Faster, James. Faster.
So
we got some
keep an eye
rooftop
out
running.
for our updates and get ready as new challenges lie ahead to put your 00 skills to the test. Finally, one last unwritten rule might be that an agent is never as good as when surrounded by allies, a team ready to give its all in the field, and companions to defend. But we're pretty sure you'll figure out this part yourself when the time comes. See you
I
on
don't know
May
if it's-
27 to join the program
it's
and
easy to
discover
miss
Bond's
with all the
adventures
flare
in
going out,
007 First
but
Light.
the music is really good. Like super well put together. All right, yeah. I mean, I've already been sold on this. Anyone who's been following me for the last year has known how excited I've been for this title. Obviously, big 007 fan. The last few major videos on my channel have been related to 007. I'm currently editing my retrospective on Everything or Nothing. Huge Bond fan. Everything about this looks awesome. I'm a little concerned that it looks too good and it's going to fail to deliver, or it's going to have something that just taints it beyond enjoyability or some crazy thing. Come on, guys, just stick the landing. You know, they delayed it. It was supposed to come out back in March. They delayed it until May because I think they were finishing up polish. They really want this launch to go well, and I think continue to make sequels. So come on, guys, stick the landing, please. Seriously. All right, let's see what everybody's saying in the comments, because oh man, dude, like the animation fluidity, the music is so well composed, the dialogue seems very unusually well written considering some of the dialogue that I've heard in recent games. The writing seems good overall. The level design looks inspired. I mean, you can interact with the environment and stuff to make stuff happen. The melee combat looks super cool. The upgrades, the custom, you just wish it wasn't set. Dude, I haven't seen another game that I think is actually probably worth $70, except this one. The sheer amount of things that you can do. This is the first game I've seen that I've literally thought to myself, it's like, okay, this is like AAA. Not because it looks like the best, most hyper detailed thing, but because it has so much versatility in what it looks like it's going to deliver as an experience. The bluffing dialogue system, the infiltration, the stealth, the melee, the set pieces, the shooting. It looks like Hitman, but better. It looks a lot better. I mean, it's the same developers, but this is the first game reveal I've really seen that I was like, okay, I can see why that would be worth $70. The amount of work that it took to make an experience that versatile, that diverse is insane to me. So I'm actually okay with that being 70. I don't look at that and think that's a $60 game. I'm like, okay, that's probably a 70, especially with inflation. You know, that's the one I'm like, all right, this is justified. If it's even as good as it looks, not better, as good as it looks, I'm gonna say that's worth $70. All right, let's take a look at the comments, everybody, so I can catch up. What do we got? From Spain, nice to meet you. About job market, many times AI is an excuse. Big companies are hiring the same amount of layoffs in India Oh, I've heard that too. Still working at Best Buy right now, and it's a ghost town. You'll sell like 2 TVs all day and spend the rest of the time watching effing videos. Let's go. Yeah, I think I told you this already, but I'm a Best Buy alum. I worked at Best Buy for 5 years. I specialized in the computer section. That's where I normally was, as I sold laptops. But I know they were reworking the system whenever I left, where it's like everybody is expected to sell everything. But when I got hired, you had departments and different people were in different, when I got hired, all I did was sell computers. And then they started flexing me to other departments. But very cool, man. Fellow Best Buy alum. I was in the top 1% of the company in sales for like a week in like 2018. Is that right? I think that's right. Sometime it was like 2018. Looking forward to First Light. Don't care what anybody says. When I just Hitman was a James Bond. That's what we wanted. I thought I was under the impression that just turn Hitman into a Bond game was what everybody wanted. So I don't even see how that's a complaint. That's not a bug. That's a feature. That's what we wanted. You're hyped for this? Exodus, Expanse, Dark Heresy, and Mass Effect. Not hyped for Mass Effect at all. I haven't seen anything that BioWare has delivered in the last decade and a half that has been worth a damn. So I don't even care about it. Mass Effect is going to be terrible. Exodus, that one looked cool. If that's what I'm thinking of, that looks like Mass Effect. That looks like what is going to take Mass Effect's place. I don't know anything about the Expanse or Dark Heresy, though. Haven't played a Bond game since Nightfire, but this looks awesome. Check out my video on Nightfire. I think you would like it. I go in depth on it, and I have a video coming out on Everything or Nothing as well. I'm currently editing it. Should be out later this week or next week. Hope it's going to be great, and I suspect it will be, but an epic crash out from Evan would probably be good content in the event they fumble it. Yeah, dude, crash out, cortisol spikes and crash outs. Bad for looks maxing, good for content. Not in 100%. I'll definitely wait to see. Okay. I'm in 100%. This is going to be a day one for me, especially since I get to write it off on my taxes because I make money from it. Unless for some reason they send me a code. We'll see. Metro 2039 is the game I'm most excited for. Their day one. I liked the Metro games. I don't know if I'm a day one for Metro 2039 because we'll see. I need to know a bit more about it. But I really liked the first 3. I'm kind of a defender of Metro Last Light. Hey, First Light, Last Light. I thought Last Light was really good, but I understand the complaints about it. That's fair enough. One of the best franchise made games and books. Are we talking about 007 or Metro? Only played the PS3, PS2 Hitman games. Need to play the new trilogy. I've only played some of Blood Money a long time ago, and I've played about half of the original Hitman, and it's rough. $70, yeah. The World of Assassination trilogy is really good. Disney. Well, it's all one game now, right? It's all just in one game. You work for the Best Buy in the computer department. Let's go. Legendary Edition was good. Okay, yeah, but that's because it was just a remaster of other games made by more talented developers, and then they also like changed things around. The first 2 Hitman games, just need to start them. Love the old Hitman games. Yeah, I liked what I played of them. Gentlemen, Mental Gen. Honestly, sorry, but you feel like at this point Mass Effect will be hated on, even if it is good, because people are expecting, almost wanting it to be bad so they can be proven right. Can you fathom it being good? If it's going to be a good game, BioWare needs to have hired a team of writers who has not worked at BioWare before and who understand what writing is and world building and sci-fi. The people currently writing for BioWare, the people who have been involved in writing for Veilguard, going back as far as Dragon Age 3 Inquisition. Dragon Age 3 Inquisition, even Mass Effect 3 really is where you started to see some serious like writing problems. You know, I don't, you guys know this. I'm a writer first. I'm creative writing, narrative building, all of that stuff. All the other stuff is just stuff that I like added on. But my main thing with any story, it's the writing for me, which is why I love games like Mass Effect 1 and 2. Great writing. Mass Effect 3 is where something changed, but it wasn't bad. Inquisition is where something got bad. Anthem had a story, believe it or not, and it wasn't very good either. But BioWare doesn't have... Whoever is involved in the writing team or putting together the writing, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. All right? I don't want to be mean, but that's just how it is. I'm just the messenger. You played Blood, but yeah, that's the one I played a while back. It should have been like that from the outset. I think that's why I think they wanted it to be, but there was like financial reasons why they had to crank out 3 games. Were it true. They have Mary DeMarle, the writer of the Adam Jensen Deus Ex games, writing. Okay, well, hang on. Because Human Revolution was really, really well written. So, I don't know. If that could be good then. That could be good. I don't know how much of Human Revolution this Mary DeMarle would have been responsible for, but that game was really well written. So if we'll see, that makes me slightly a touch more optimistic. Any thoughts on Pragmata? I haven't played it. I was never excited about it. That it didn't. I like edgier games, and that game looks very like almost accessible. It looks very. Here's the funny thing about Pragmata. Whenever I first saw like the earlier trailers for that and stuff when they were building up to it, I remember thinking to myself, I was like, that looks like it'll be a fun game, but it's not for me. That looks blatantly like inoffensive. It's very clean, very sleek. You're fighting. There's no blood. There's no gore. There's no edgy. You're a guy in a suit. You never see his face. You got the little android girl. I thought that looked blatant. I thought that was going to be like a sure, easy fire. Like the family buys the PS5 and then people, play it and chill with it and stuff. The fact that game has been so controversial, I did not see that coming at all. That's crazy to me. Because I looked at that game and I was like, this looks like, just something inoffensive that you parents would be, that you could just play in the house around kids and stuff. But wow. As for if I haven't played the game, so I don't know if it's good. It looks good. It looks super high quality. Remember they got rid of the entire Veilguard team, and the best part of Veilguard was the last act was made by the current Mass Effect team? If that's the case, why was the 4th Dragon Age so fucking... Oh, that was the 4th Dragon Age was Veilguard. Okay, well, I never played the Veilguard. I didn't know the last act was better. Mankind Divided, R.I.P., the unreleased 3rd. Okay, but Mankind Divided was not nearly as nuanced and well written as Human Revolution, so now I'm back to being a little skeptical. Evan, as a fellow YouTuber, you'd appreciate that you're working on content as you watch this. I do that too, man. I have other live streamers like pulled up, and I chill and listen to them as I punch away on my content. What are you working on? You don't have to say, but what are you working on? A script for something? What are you doing? I'll check out your content real quick. I'll just pull up your channel. One more Deus Ex game to tie the Jensen games to the original. Why is that such a hard ask? Because those games cost more to make than they're worth. I don't mean worth in value. I mean worth it and how much money they'll make back. Okay, it looks like you do car content, bro. That's cool. It's like motorcycle content. Let's go, bro. This shit looks good. I'm not like a car guy or anything, but I appreciate some cool car videos. All right, let's go. Mankind Divided's problem was that it got split in half and the second half was never released. That was entirely Square Enix's fault. Okay, but I mean, the biggest part of that game, the biggest problem was that it just didn't have an ending. That's very true. Let's be wholesome fathers. That's what I got from that game, is that it's kind of like I saw this thing on, I was either yesterday or today, I saw something on Twitter. It was like, guys, this is just like, this is not a new thing. We see The Last of Us it's the same thing. Like the father like guarding the adoptive daughter figure through harsh conditions is an incredibly popular trope. It gets used all the time. The Punisher season 2 is just that. The Last of Us is that. I don't. There's a lot of harshness and aggression and hostility on Twitter that I don't think you would see if these people were talking to each other face to face. Like that one girl who crashed out that works on the that what's it called, Timcast? I don't watch that, but somebody who works for that show like crashed out and gave the most asinine, stupid take ever about how men don't have programming to be protective of children, which is not only provably incorrect and false based on studies, it is anecdotally. Why would you think that? Are you hanging around evil human beings? Every human male would immediately, like, outside of like psychopaths or sociopaths, the vast majority of human males would want to like get in front of a bullet to save a kid. This is insane. Why would you say something like that? But the point of that is, I think it's entirely the design. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, because I think it's just the design of the android girl, right? It has to be. Because the Ellie character from the original Last of Us, I guess she was a little bit older, but like, what's the problem? I don't get it. I think it's just the design, and I think it's the fact that the design, the little girl isn't wearing like, you know, pants or something, which, you know, I can understand that it could be a more tasteful design. I'll say that. You know, I don't want to pick sides on this one, but I haven't seen anything on that game that leads me to believe that it's half of the things that people are saying it is, and that if you play that game, you're like a predator. That just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not interested in it because I like edgy games. Like that game, the reason I wasn't interested in it is because it looks like it's a very like, I would say milk toast kind of cookie cutter. Like, it might be a good game, I'm sure, but it looks very, like PBS almost. You're just going to adopt and wait to see approach rather than pronounce it dead on arrival. I find I live a lot happier that. Yeah, it's true. You probably should. You should wait. Sentiment today that if you're trying to be happy in life, you're somehow wrong for it. Didn't mean to. Yeah, I think you're probably right, man. I think there probably is something. I know this is a gaming stream. We should probably be talking about video games, but I do think that you're probably right about that. Misery does love company. And I think a lot of people are miserable, and I think the world is very dystopian right now, and there's a lot of changes, and I think that a lot of people feel very powerless. They feel like they have no autonomy. They feel like things are happening to them that can't be changed. And the way they reckon with that is by getting on the internet and making big stances, hyper hostilely, because it makes them feel like they're pushing back against something. That's just I'm not a licensed psychologist. That's just my speculation. Big societal problems for sure. Hard to get down to the nitty gritty, but there's a large culture of unhappiness and and it's unhappiness and resentment in the modern day is factory settings. It's default. You have to make the decision to not be that. You know, people used to make. I remember when I was a teenager, I had mad depression. I had serious depression problems, and people, I would see people joking and be like, "Oh, well, have you tried being happy?" And you know, we'd laugh. It was funny. That's actually kind of the solution. You have to decide it's not as easy as waking up being like, okay, I'm not sad about it, but you have to decide that you're sick of it and then start taking action and implementing measures to undo that and changing your circumstances. You have to accept certain things, and you have to start try to take some autonomy and some accountability and some agency. You know, we're not slugs. We have humanity. We have creativity and free will. You have agency. A big part of this nihilistic, resentful unhappiness in the modern day comes from feeling like we have no autonomy, feeling like we have no ability to change things. And it is extremely hard to do, but there's little things that you can, because you have agency as a human being with free will given to you by God, and you should probably start using it. Let's bring hope to humanity, or as best we can. Part of why I enjoy Evan's content, because it celebrates the minutia of gaming. It's nice to see positivity instead of exclaiming a whole game is trash because of one thing. It's not, you can't do that. It's disingenuous too. Not only is that like not the most edifying content to participate in, it also is disingenuous, because if you play something that otherwise is pretty good, but one thing really pisses you off and you're like, I can't overlook it, then just say, I can't overlook it because I have personal reservations about this thing. Don't say the whole game sucks and then start twisting it to be like, everything about it sucks because of it. Just be honest. Just be honest. Thanks for the encouraging words, everybody. You gotta, man. You gotta surround yourself with encouraging words. You do car work, man, so you're probably spending a lot of time in the sun, so you're already doing better than me on that one. But lift weights. Hit the gym, which I'm doing right after this stream. I'm going straight to the gym. Hit the weights. Go to the gym. Try to eat better. You have agency. We're not slugs. You can implement measures to make your life better. One step at a time. You had a similar phase but built things back up? Yeah. You just got to keep moving forward. You're in your 30s. You're doing your best to take those actions, and even then, it is a struggle sometimes. Bro, I am 30. What are you talking about? Humans, the average human lifespan is like 70. You're not even halfway through, bro. You're not even halfway through your expectant lifespan. You're less than halfway. You're in your 30s like it's over? You're just getting started. Why would I hit the gym? It never did anything to hurt me. I'm not responding to that. Worth noting, we exist in an attention economy, and being a hater is the dark side. Quicker, easier, not more power. Yeah, dude, well said. You're appealing to the Star Wars part of my brain. Think about what Yoda said. Luke looked at him and said, is the dark side stronger? And Yoda said, no. What did he say? He said, easier? What did he say? Exactly. Because that's the attention economy. If you want to get bigger faster, you have to. It's proven that in order to make content that is appealing, you need to make statements, or they call them hot takes, but you need to make statements that not everyone will agree with, because you are cementing yourself as someone with opinions. And as humans, we want to hear other people's opinions and then juxtapose them against our own and run them through filters of our own biases and perspectives. So you have to have opinions. You have to have takes, because the other side of that is just figuring out what everyone else thinks and taking that stance. I don't think you'll get very popular doing that either, because you will attract the crowd, but you can't make everyone happy. So if you want to go the dark side route, yeah, just be insufferable and everything sucks. That's a quick way to do it, because then other people can kind of relegate on that negative energetic frequency and just be pissed off with you. And it's just, it feels good, but it's like dark side feel good. It's like Sith Lord energy. It's like hate. It's like existing on hate. Let me look up that quote. Yeah, here it is. Hang on. Oh, no, fuck. Where's the actual quote? He says, oh, yeah, no. Quicker, easier, more seductive. Not stronger. People online seem to be afraid of honesty. Let's bring honesty back. Eat good and pray well. Well said. Games I think are masterpieces have flaws. Nothing is perfect. You're middle-aged. You're middle-aged then if it's 70. Again, that's only halfway through. Do you get halfway through a movie and say, all right, movie's done? No, nobody does that. Do you read half of a comic and be like, yep? That's not how it works. And yeah, even Resident Evil 4 has flaws, and Dead Space 2 has flaws, and those are like my two quintessential perfect games. But nothing's perfect. Your plan is to take over the world through bad plans as progress. Shut the fuck up. Do you have my permission to make me part of your XCOM 2 squad? If so, there's a particular... I don't know what that means. I've never played XCOM, but going off context clues, I assume that you can name your squad members, and you're asking if I'm okay with you naming you should do whatever you want, dude. It's the internet. Even if I wasn't okay with it, you can still do it. It's not that big. Yeah, fuck whatever. I don't care. I don't know any of the classes, so I like melee classes. If there's a melee class, don't make me a sniper. I don't like. I'm very bad at sniping. Or make me a sniper. Ironically, that's fine. We're taking mini turns from gaming, but try to stay active. Cut out the artificial BS. Go outside. Cherish the time with friends and family. Make a priority. Yes. Also true. And also actualize, figure out your goals and get to work. Don't burn out. I wasn't going to start talking about this because it's not ready yet. Some of you know about this already. I'm putting together an online course/community on the school.com website. It's going to be paid. Like you're not going to get in there for free because it's going to take a lot of my time and energy to maintain it because it's going to be all about feedback. And it's going to be about projects. It's not for everybody. It's specifically for people who are trying to be creative and work on a creative project, like being a YouTuber, a musician, putting together an album, being a writer. If you have that book you've been wanting to write but can't start, get started, it's for that. So it's not an one size fits all thing. It's for a specific type of person. But for people who have a big goal, a creative one, I can't help you if you want to like learn accounting or something. That's not me. But if you have like a big like creative goal and project and stuff that you want to work on, I'm going to be launching this school class next month, if all goes well. And it will be a paid community, but I'm going to do like a huge discount for the first certain amount of members. And in that group, we're going to be having like weekly calls. And there's going to be a course like that walks you through getting a project done start to finish. Really, really cool stuff. I'm not really talking about it right now because it's not ready, but I will be talking about that more. But you guys are kind of getting a little glimpse into that with me telling you about it now. But that is something that's coming. It's easier to go evil. Goodness is to be... Well, goodness is hard and will be punished. That old visage or whatever you would call it, no good deed goes unpunished, is so much more true than you think. Not to get all religious, but I am a Christian, and look at what the world did to the only perfect man. I'm just saying. The better you are as a person, the harder your life is probably going to be. Now, people misconstrue that to think that your life is going to be miserable. People are like, oh, if you're a good person, your life is... No, you can have a very fulfilling, good life. It's just going to be difficult. You're going to encounter many challenges, but you're not going to be miserable and suffer all the time unless you do it to yourself for the most part. 28, as a 28, locked in? Yes, lock in. Gonna make it age 80 for the extra credit. That's how you do it. Don't be afraid to seek help to the extent you can. It doesn't make you any less a man at all to acknowledge you are struggling and need some help. I would argue just to add on to that, Michael, not only does it not make you less of a man, it actually makes you more of a man because you're expressing agency. That's just, honestly, I don't even know how well talk therapy works for everybody, but just the act of saying there's something wrong and I am choosing to exercise my free will and agency as a human being to pursue a solution. Even if the solution doesn't work out for you, the fact that you did it is already part of a solution. So always do what you can. Just be doing something. You can name them, and yes, there's a melee class. There's 2 in the vanilla game. You can add more via mods. Okay, well, yeah. Melee, sniper class, if you want to be ironic. Melee is what I typically play IRL. Never be afraid to... Yeah, there's a Ranger and Templar in the vanilla game. Oh, Templar. Whatever that is, make me a Templar. Got creative ambitions. Let's go. Well, you're already... you're going to be in it. Jedi class mod with force powers is a bit jank. Well, they're doing that XCOM Star Wars game soon. I'll probably live stream that when they put it out. Love to see you're putting back in the community. I used to love writing and watching your content. Makes you want to get back into it. Dude, I love it. I love writing. I write all the time, so my scripts are all so long. You're not a Christian. You have your own beliefs. Won't say what they are. Should always stand by what you believe within reason, obviously. Sure, man. Yeah, no, I'm not a theologian. I'm not a religious content creator. I make content about video games and like entertainment media. But you know, that is a part of my life. So it comes up when I give my takes on living and existing. Don't pray for an easy life, but the strength to endure a hard one. Well said. Well said. All right, fellas. I will be trying to go live every day, just so you guys know, around this time. If you guys want to be clicking in, it'll be, I don't know what time it is for you guys, but for me right now, it is 1:09. So I want to start live streaming around the 12 in my time. So it's 12 p.m. my time. I want to start live streaming around the 12 p.m. my time. So that was an hour ago. And then stream for about an hour, just looking at news, hanging out with chat, talking. At some point, I want to start going live on other platforms like TikTok and stuff, but that's going to be after I've launched the school course, because I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about it and just talk to people about what their creative ambitions are and stuff like that. But this is going to be more so a gaming centered because it's my YouTube channel. And gaming streams need to come back. I miss them. On a gaming note, find it interesting that the massive gaping hole in the gaming industry where affordable GPUs and CPUs were has opened the door for gaming on Android. Like Android phones? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I sound like I have a lot of spare time. Obviously, not so much, right? I have no spare time, dude. I don't even have the spare time to live stream. I have to just stop doing other stuff that needs to be done to do something else that needs to be done. I have a list of things that are all priority, red flag, imperative, need to be done. And since I'm one human, I can't do them all. So I just fail at a lot of stuff, and stuff slips through the cracks, and I have to do damage control. I have no time. Diversification of gaming could be interesting. Looking forward to having a crack at the Steam frame. Steam frame, what's that? Dude, I am behind. What is a Steam frame? Is that like a new console or something? Oh, yeah, Steam frame. Virtual reality VR headset. Dude, I have so little experience with VR. That's such a gap in my gaming knowledge. I had a PSVR. I had a VR headset for my PS4. That was pretty cool. I played Resident Evil 7 on it, and I played some other stuff on it. I never owned an Oculus, but a friend of mine owned an Oculus 2, and he let me play Resident Evil 4 on that for like 2 hours. And that was super fun. Can run Steam on ARM devices such as Android phones and Android-based. Really? That's super fucking cool. That's awesome. I love that. That's cool, man. All right, I think we're about to the end of the stream. I'm going to have to go hit the gym. I don't know if you guys can see I'm scrawny. I've really lost some mass because for the last pretty much the entirety of this year of 2026 so far, I have been really scattered on attending the gym. I've gone in, I've cut a lot of sessions short just because I have so much to do. Like I was saying, you know, everything is top priority. I can't make time for anything. But I've lost a lot of muscle mass. I've lost a lot of strength. I mean, I've still got something going on here, but not enough. So I hope you guys will clear up your schedule from 12 to 1 or whatever time it is for you every single day to come hang out with me. And we'll talk about video games. We'll talk about apparently life philosophy, but some gaming knowledge, some news, some reactions, some cool stuff like that. I hope you'll join me and hang out with me. Otherwise, it's been fun, guys. It's been really cool. I think this has been a very pleasant stream. I'm looking forward to trying to do this every day. Good luck in the gym, man. Thanks for keeping us entertained and engaged. Thanks so much, dude. Well, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Your car content looks pretty cool, man. Keep it up. Stay at it. That looks like it could be good for shorts content as well. I didn't get a chance to actually go through one of your videos, but car content seems like it would be really easy to turn into like YouTube shorts and then just spam upload them on all of the other platforms. TikTok is really good for that, I hear. I hear if you just start spamming like shorts every day on TikTok, just take videos of your car with like edit music behind it, bro. There's a lot of... This is the kind of stuff I'd be talking about on my school community, by the way. This is free feedback. You're not even paying for it because you can't, because the community's not up yet. But when the community is up, I'm not going to be as free with that kind of feedback. But I would say, think about that. See you at some stage, Evan. I will review the streams as time permits and maybe catch you on the weekends. Look, Michael, you're one of my homies, one of my favorites. I'm going to figure out a time to stream where we can just chill and play some games. Maybe like a weekend night or something. Just bad at getting everything done, like you said. Make a schedule or something, or you gotta actualize. All right, guys, that's it. Something. I'm gonna figure out a way to close these live streams, or I'm just going to make the way that I close my live streams, saying I'm going to figure out a way to close my live streams. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one. I will hopefully see you tomorrow.